Drop it.
What's going on, you filthy animals? How's it going? Let's get right into the chart. We'll roll call in a second. Good morning. Good morning. Now, let's go ahead and look at the SPY. We have a teaching moment. Now, before we get into that teaching moment, guys. Well, wait, rewind. Teaching moment starts now. I'm just doing a roll call. It's just like automatic for me. I'm like, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Anyways, let's get right back to the chart here, right? So I want to show you guys how the 1 minute chart with traffic lights are just absolute killer. So we're going to go ahead and measure this traffic light to this level. That's $1 move. Now, let's go ahead and look at what happened here. Now, this traffic light, as the rules suggest, and we talk about it when price action is too far away from the 13, you simply don't take it, right? You don't. This here, probably don't take it as well. You made a ginormous move here. Good. Now, you see traffic light and traffic light and traffic light. 3 traffic lights in a row. Now, because we don't take it here, we then prevent this from happening. But we get another traffic light. But we also identify what we call, let's zoom in. Guys, what do we call this area here? Can we draw this? What do we call this right there? What do we call that? Please, let me know. What do we call it? Flat? We call it something else. Chop? No, we call it something else. And we're looking at the EMAs. EMA sandwich. There you go. That is your EMA sandwich. Yes, eat my ass sandwich. It's an EMA sandwich. There you go. So you got your sandwich there, okay? Now, going back to the chart here, you know that in this sandwich, you're probably not going to mess around with it. Moving along, and let's go ahead and delete the drawings here. We'll remove these drawings. Moving on. Come on, I don't want that. All right, back to the cursor here. So we got an EMA sandwich, and this is pretty much for the entirety of the move. Now, you could attempt to scalp this, right? Or you could go ahead and wait for RSI to break above its moving average, and then you see a break above the 200 EMA with this traffic light. Traffic light's close enough to the 13. Let's go ahead and measure that move if we made our entry midway through that candle, and that's a 70-cent move, right? This is a game of patience. Even though you're still playing on the 1 minute, you can still play with patience. Now, this is where things get interesting, because once we hit this level, we get identified here that the RSI broke below its moving average. We then get led to a traffic light, and yes, we get price action that is too far away from the 13. However, you are risking the 200 here. There's not much to risk here, okay? So we go ahead and we measure this move, and we get in somewhere on this candle, and let's bring it out. Now you have a $1.53 move to the downside, right? Simply by being patient, okay? Now, here's the deal. Here is the deal, guys. Even if you entered here because you're ignoring this trade, but even if you entered here, well, you're probably going to get stopped out here. And if not, you would respect this traffic light here, or you would get lucky with this traffic light, right? Because you're playing it to the downside. But we would stop out here, and our risk, again, is absolutely minimal. If you are playing to, if you're playing to the downside with that traffic light on the close of the candle, then your risk, in fact, is to 13, but there's no reason to enter. Now you have a traffic light here. Your risk is actually, you see that there? You enter on this traffic light here. Your risk is actually the previous candle high. You then bring it down. But again, you avoid all this nonsense by identifying that this is an EMA sandwich. Okay? So, does that make sense to you guys? I'm trying to really break this down so that new individuals who get into the system, and of course, you got the OGs who are absolutely killing it. Good morning, Jacob. How you doing? But we want to simplify this system, right? And ideally, just put you in the high quality setups. Okay. Now, Angel Spooky, we'll get to that in a second. What we are focusing on are high quality setups, and I feel like a lot of people just forget the foundations of 1348 and or have not watched the curriculum, because when you watch the curriculum and we spell this out for you, all right, Adele, we'll get into that in a second. Okay, so we spell this out for you here. As far as like, let's see here. Wait, I'm catching up. 1 second. Okay. So, anyways, lost my train of thought. All right. Let's go back to the chart here. We're going to go back to the chart and let's answer that question. How do you know when to get out on this move? Well, your RSI is signaling that. Okay. You got the traffic light, you got the put. You get down to this level as you see that is extremely oversold. You don't want to hang on to this, right? And by virtue of selling somewhere on this candle or this candle or this candle, you have essentially made this a very profitable trade. You're using this ultra sold area as your signal to get out, okay? Now, Ben Currington is asking to peep the traffic light on the TQQQ. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do that as well. But what I was initially getting into, all right, the coffee's going to kick in, I promise. What I was initially getting into is that in our platform here that gives you all of these alerts for broken light indicator, this is for day traders, red light runner, for the 4 hour, individuals who like to swing to 4 hour, but we give you the curriculum all right here. When you go through the curriculum and you understand the strategy, right? Please, guys, do not skip this. Do not skip this. This is real money that you're playing with. So I feel like you should not skip this. We laid out for you so that you can, in fact, understand what we're doing here in the live stream, okay? Now, mind you, I'm sorry for talking slow. I just want to make sure that you guys are able to keep up. I'm getting some complaints that, hey, Gabe, you're talking a little too fast, right? But this live stream is going to be a little more educational, at least on the front end, and then we'll cover some of the tickers, okay? So please do yourself a favor. If you're just signing up, take advantage of the free trial. We're giving you the free chart. We're giving you a free education. And if you decide to cancel on day number 13, you don't get charged. However, if you allow the system or you allow yourself to buy into the system and then use our alerts, your trading will go to just simply the next level. I don't care if you're a beginner trader. I don't care if you have some experience or you're even a pro, right? There's something for everyone with this, all right? So if you guys want to go ahead and check out trade1348.com, get your free trial, get your free chart. It's pinned to the top of the comments right there, right? Also, there's a link down in the description, okay? So we're giving everything to you here. It's really up to you on whether you want to cancel or not. And by the way, you know what? If you want to cancel, let me show you how to do that, make it super easy, right? Because we're not trying to imprison you into our platform. You could then go to account, as you see here. You go to subscriptions, and you could simply cancel, right? Day number 13, you freaking cancel. You move on with your life. But the thing is that what we're teaching you is a life-changing strategy that simplifies day trading. You don't have to be impressed by others' wedges and lines and just TA. You don't have to be overwhelmed by the news as to why something moved. You don't have to listen to Jim Cramer, right? We teach you how to just simply listen to the chart. Look at the chart. The chart's never going to lie to you. Okay. So, getting back to it, let's look at what the SPY is doing. And let's go ahead and get a little refresher for what these indicators are doing and how to go through your progressions on your reads. I think this is really, really important. This is going to be a refresher even for the OGs. Obviously, you're still killing it out there, but if you can, just get a little more insight as to what I'm going to share with you, okay? When you are trading puts, okay, your read is top down. So first, obviously, you're looking at traffic light, you're looking at the indications. Your read is top down. So priorities are RSI, rate, MACD, and then ADX. Now, when you get the swing up, you want to go ahead and look at ADX first to get the confirmation of the strength of the trend. You also want to then look at the MACD, which confirms the move to the upside. And then you want to get a gauge as to where the RSI is relative to the midpoint here, which is 50. 50 is these dashed lines here. If you don't have TradingView, you're doing yourself a great disservice. An absolute disservice if you are not using TradingView. All right. Christopher says, Gabe, sorry to bug you, but do we get charged if we switch to lifetime payments from monthly? You're still going to get charged on the monthly. You go ahead and switch to lifetime. I'm not sure. Andy, are you here? Are you in the stream? If they change to lifetime today, do they get prorated on the monthly? That's actually a really, really good question. Maybe you could go ahead and submit that question into the FAQ. Or you could reach out to Diana and she'll help you out with that. All right. So we're talking about progressions here. Okay. Now, again, guys, you just don't simply want, there you go, no prorating. STV, thank you for that clarification. So you simply do not want to just look at a traffic light and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to go put side. Okay. You want to make sure that you have an alignment with these indicators relative to the strategy. And this is why it's uber important that you guys go through the curriculum, because we spell this out for you. By the time you're done with this, you should have a very firm understanding of the 1348 strategy. And the system simply works, okay? It simply works. Now, a traffic light to the downside, you get a put signal. You see RSI is below 50 and trending down. Good. MACD cross trending down. ADX is showing red, which means that it's very, very, very bearish, right? And it's building strength to the downside. These are things that you have to consider, right? The only thing that prorates is if you switch from quarterly to 3-year. So if you go from a quarterly, you jump to a 3-year, you get prorated, right? Also, guys, look at $69, 19 months. That's, yeah. So 1348 pays itself off in 19 months. So then it's free after 19 months, right? Even though you have a 36-month term, okay? There isn't a lifetime pricing option. You would have to reach out to Diana, and she will get you on the installment plan, okay? That's it. Matthew says, sorry I'm late. Had to grab more coffee after putting 7.3% into port. After that, SPY moved down. Traffic lights are undeniable. Thank you for that confirmation, because this is something that we're actually talking about, right? Super, super cool that you're able to realize those gains by virtue of following the system, okay? Now, let's see. I didn't even care about paying the extra and not being prorated, because once I get this down, I'll make it back. Absolutely, Purple Sky, you will make it back. Just subscribe to the system. Again, we lay it out for you, okay? Now, Skidmark Production says, my recent problem is switching to Weeble from Fidelity. Hard time getting filled and maneuvering around. Now, that is basically a platform situation. Our job is not to teach you how to navigate through Webull, you will need to go ahead and do your own due diligence and research there. All right. Now, Shanley says, love to be able to do whatever during the day and still make money. Got the smoker rolling. Oh boy, there you go. Kenny, did you change at least one of your car's license plates to 1348G yet? No, not yet. Vanity plates, not yet. But please, no one front run me on that one. Let's see. Matthew says, buy into the system, everyone. If you play by the rules, the money just comes to you. Absolutely. All right, so we got past that. You guys know what's in platform, okay? And so let's rock and roll. Let's go ahead and make some money. That's what we want to do, right? So let's go ahead, get into the chart. You guys see me here. I'm literally going to guide you with the chart here. Hi, I'm in the corner now. And you guys just have to go ahead and shoot the ticker, right? Just go ahead and shoot the ticker, and we're rocking and rolling. Let's see. Made 10% on portfolio yesterday, thanks to Powell and SPY. Those lights are fantastic. Oh, man. Yes, they are absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Microsoft and then NVIDIA. Okay, let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and look at Microsoft and NVIDIA. And what do we have here? Well, with Microsoft, we're looking at something really, really interesting. We're looking at Microsoft on the 1 minute, and you got your traffic light that came right at your put signal, but it's already down to a level. So, guys, when you have indicators that are not really feeding you much information, but then you have a level right here, you have a level right there. Your job is to go ahead and respect that level. And let's see. Let's go ahead and get that history out. How that happened. There was no Pornhub there. My bad. Okay. So you want to go ahead and draw out this level. Let me expand the screen once again. So here you can hit Alt H, and then now you have your blue pill line there, right? And the idea here is you take the trade down to the level, you secure the bag and or defend the trade. In this situation, securing the bag was the right choice. This is why I like to secure the bag almost always. STV has a rather genius strategy of making it free. I just don't have time for that. I'm a quick in, I'm a quick out, just whatever. Okay. I'm a keep it simple, stupid kind of guy. STV, absolute fucking genius. Okay. So let's go ahead and catch up to the comments here. We have Microsoft breaking through that level, by the way. So now that level, going back to the chart here, this level that you see is the level where you want to go ahead and defend it if you choose to make it free. Okay. That blue pill line is where you defend your profit if you entered that traffic light and you stayed in the play. Okay. That's the level you defend. Now, moving along, let's get back to this. Let's look at community fave.
NVIDIA.
All right, NVIDIA. What does the baby have for us here? NVIDIA Corporation. Now let's do this here. NVIDIA doing a lot of the same, but in this situation, okay, in this situation on the 1 minute, you got your traffic light. It brings you to a level, right? Me personally, once again, this is a level I would respect because this is to 200. When price action is above the 200, you're biased to calls. But it broke through, and you see that consolidation. I would then use the 200 to defend my profit. If it in fact breaks, now I have a new level to defend. And as you can see here, it comes all the way down to 22202. Now, I want to drive this home. I really, really want to drive this home, guys. What makes us different as a community is that we're focusing on not losing money. Because again, when you're not losing money, the opposite is true. The exact opposite is true. And you know, I go through this almost every day with STV. Like, how do we teach this out? Because I know you guys get absolutely excited when you see those gains and massive gains. And of course, it's very marketable for us as a community. You know, Trade 1348, you guys absolutely killing it. It's very marketable. But what we really have to be able to market is the ability to manage risk because anybody could hit a 50%er, right? But how many losses and how much did you lose to eventually make that 50%? I ideally would like to lose 5, maybe 15%, right? 5 trades, 3 losses, and then boom, a 50% gainer. Hey, that is part of the game. You guys are in this game to make money, but in this game, you also have to be able to know how to lose, have good sportsmanship. And in having good sportsmanship and knowing how to lose, well, if you know you lost, right, you go ahead and simply manage your risk and keep those losses super, super tight. Okay. Now, Marky Mark says it's too fucking easy. It's crazy, right? It really, really is. Now, let's go to the chart. Vito says, let's look at 3M. Now, the broken light indicator is essentially our 4-day traffic light. Okay. Let's look at 3M. What are we doing here? No. Wait, you said 3 minute, right? 3 minute on what? Never mind. Wait, I'm trying to catch up. Vito, you're confusing me. We're in a kangaroo market, and that's great. That means you make money, okay? So let's go ahead and look at Apple. Apple here on the 3 minute, definitely paid. What did Apple do on the 5 minute? Now, is this an Invictus alert? We have to look at this, right? So let's go and check out Invictus here. See if Invictus alerted. You had AMD, Microsoft, NVIDIA, AMD, Microsoft. We have. Whoa, this is wonky here. What's going on here? Why do we have? What's going on? Andy, Algo, you want to go ahead and check this out? I mean, I get it. There's different time frames to the downside, but why if it's not crossed? Makes no sense. Okay, let's see. The 3M's: method, mindset, money management. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for correcting me on that one. Let's see. I ain't letting greed get me. Absolutely not. You do not want to allow greed to get you. So here, Apple is on the 5 minute, and I'm talking to you here, right? Apple on the 5 minute. For those who are just getting started, first you paper trade, then you play the 5 minute, then you graduate over to the 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what's happening here on the 5 minute. You had your traffic light, and in having this traffic light here, you could also see that RSI broke below its moving average, and moving average is trending down. Moving average is trending down. That's something we like to see. We also like to see RSI break below 50, and MACD also crossed and trending down. So therefore, this 5 minute play, definitely golden. Now, we see it bounce, and it bounced from something. Usually it's bouncing from a level, but it's not that level, is it? No. We go back and we look for another level that it could possibly bounce from, and no, not that level. So then we go to the 1 minute and see if we could find that level. And the 1 minute printed that level for you. That was the 152.25, right? So the 1 minute will help you understand when you're hitting a level as well. Okay, so that's your level, that's your bounce. But before you even have to look at levels, you have to go ahead and look at the RSI. The RSI guided you on this play as well, where the RSI showed you that the play was oversold. Okay, learn how to read these indicators. Go to platform, we spell it out for you. And then only then will traffic light crosses and 1348 crosses make sense. But this absolutely paid, okay? Now, let's see. Let's get to the comments here. Let's go ahead and look at Tessie. You want CHWY traffic light on the 4 hour. Can we check out CHWY on the 4 hour? Okay, so let's go ahead and get CHWY on the 4 hour. Oh boy, what's CHWY doing here? Let's find out. So CHWY on a 4 hour, this was decent. This was, you got your traffic light here. Now, you also have the 48. Now, guys, listen. You use the 48 just like you would use support and resistance, just like you would use the 13 as support and resistance, just like you would use the 200 EMA as support and resistance. You use these levels and assume the worst. This is called risk management. Assuming the worst on this would tell you that you could possibly bounce off. Now, RSI is showing us like, hey, we're below 50 and we're trending down. All is good, right? These are reads that you have to make. Then we have some deep reds printing on the histogram with the MACD line crossing below the signal line. This is great. The ADX is also telling us that it's weak bullish, so it's lost strength and momentum, right? This is why we have the 1348 Genie, so you could go ahead and make these educated decisions, right? I really hope this is helping you out, okay? That is CHWY. CHWY's looking decent. I would go ahead and give myself time on CHWY, right? Let's see. Ape Love Ape, record setting call options on the top 10 tickers. Be careful, retail now more bullish than has ever been in over a year. It is what it is. We just play the charts for what they are at that moment in time, right? That's it. So, going back to the charts here, let's go ahead and look at BAC. I'm assuming you want to look at BAC on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. So, let's go ahead and get that done here, right? BAC on the 1 minute, you had your traffic light that brought you down to the 200 EMA, and then you got your put signal here and it brought you down a little further. This is pretty dope, right? Good traffic light here. On the 5 minute, the 5 minute has not led you into an actionable decision just yet, right? So if this is the time frame that you're playing, you do not play this until it is entirely actionable. However, you did get a traffic light here. You were a little further away from the 13 here. You had the 48 acting as support. So the 48 would be your risk. If you entered in on this candle, somewhere in the middle of this candle, the 48 would be your risk. So if you had a candle come and breach the 48, you would close your position. But you have the candle here, and it's moving on up, which led you into a call. And then you found yourself where? Here. Now, you had no real indication of a level, although you knew it gave you a little more than you deserve here, but you had no indication of a level. What you had was the RSI telling you, hey, we're getting up there. Maybe you go ahead and secure that bag. Okay? Now, what is happening with Google? It's down big. I'm going to wait to play the reversal. Now, let's go ahead and look at Google. You guys are paying attention to Google here. Is it down big? And it sure is. Now, there's obviously news or a catalyst, but we don't care about that. All we care about is reading the chart. Now, as it stands, Google is severely oversold on the 5 minute. If you're looking for opportunity on the 1 minute, well, you have it, right? You have this traffic light here on the 1 minute. You guys see that there, right? Now, this traffic light, let's zoom in a little bit. Right? This traffic light comes after a rejection from the 48. Here, with that rejection from the 48, you had price action break below its moving average, which then validates that traffic light to the downside. You're also seeing the bullish momentum in the MACD go light green and begin to thin out. So therefore, this traffic light is pretty valid. Now, where do we establish our risk? We establish our risk at the 13, right? Or to give yourself a little more room, and since you're playing with Google and you're probably playing Friday's expiration, you can give yourself the risk of the 48. I like to go ahead and give myself the risk of the 48, all right? I'm waiting for the close of the candle. Yes, absolutely, all right? So let's go ahead and measure out this move with Google. And again, it's just patience and reading the indicators, okay? Now, this play here with Google, you entered somewhere midway on this candle, and this is a $1.74 move. You made money on this play, right? That's it. That is it. Okay, so money for nothing. Google AI answered a question wrong on display. Okay, all right. AI is not quite where we need it to be. Let's see here. Tesla 1 minute traffic light up was good. I missed it. but it was nice. Let's go ahead and look at Tessie, right? Now, guys, it's up to you to go onto the platform and, look at the traffic lights or the alerts on the 3 and the 5. And then obviously you're sort of kind of like waiting for these traffic lights to happen on the 1 minute, but that won't be for long when Andy and Algo give us streaming data for the 1 minute. And I would like to also see the 5 minute traffic light alerts, right? And this would be stream data. The speed I'm hoping to be absolutely amazing. So that is actionable, right? We want to see it be actionable. Algo is working on that as we speak. Dope. All right. So let's go ahead and get back to the chart here. We're looking at Tesla, and the Tesla traffic light was absolutely filthy this morning, right? You have a traffic light that led to a call. Now, what validates this traffic light? Well, in the 1 minute you had RSI breach his moving average to the upside. So now we have a valid traffic light, but then we get to overbought territory. Now, we see that overbought territory, but we also see that the MACD is just killing it here. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we go ahead and we enter the trade and we use, once again, the 48 as our level. Our 48 is, in fact, our risk. We never touch the 48. You then have a level that prints at 202. We go ahead and draw this here, even if you entered on the middle of that candle. That is a $5 move, right? Now, Mike says 3 minute traffic light would be nice. I think 3 minute is calmer. Yeah, that would be nice. Listen, guys, you requested. Our job is to build it. We want to be the all-inclusive trading community. We want to be an all-inclusive, whether it's Forex or crypto. We want to be able to serve you guys, So if these are the tools you need, it's the tools we build, all right? That's what makes us unique about our community here at Trade 1348. We're nimble and we're constantly evolving and adding new products and services, right? So with that being said, go ahead, get your traffic light chart for free, get your 14-day free trial. It's free, right? And learn how we print in this community, right? Now, Algo wants me to look at AMC on the 1 minute. Oh, Jesus, Algo. 1 second. Before we do, let's go ahead and look at Snap. Okay. So, Snap, we get to the chart here. Snap, what are we doing? Now, what are we looking at? Are we looking at Snap on the 1 minute, the 5 minute? When you ask me to look at something, Sal, please let me know the time frame. Let me know the time frame. But I'm assuming if we took Snap on the 5, then this thing just got filthy. So on the traffic light here, you went ahead, you took the traffic light somewhere here. Your risk again is the 48. Now, you see here, it comes down to a level. It goes a little further a level. You get that next candle that leads you, right? It does come back up to the 48. It would eventually have you stopped out. But here's the thing. The traffic lights are also alerting you of continuance, not just a reversal. So although you got stopped out here, right? You also see RSI broke its moving average on the 5 minute, and you have a lot of momentum to the downside in such a filthy manner, right? With that being said, you could simply re-enter. You could simply re-enter off the rejection here and print on the 5 minute. Now, this looks a little more, it illustrates itself a little better here on the 1 minute, right? If you're looking at it on the 1 minute, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we got a rejection here, 1 minute, full send, right? So you can alternate between the 5 and a 1 to gather information. However, I advise that you stick on one time frame to play your play, but you're using the 1 and a 5 to gather the information, right? In this example, I'm using the 5 minute to play the play. If you had used the 48 as your risk, and then you confirmed it with the 1 minute, you're still in this play, and it never touched the 48 ever. It didn't. Okay. Now, it came to a level here. You can see that level where price action consolidated. It was right there. This is why we draw the levels out for you guys as well, right? These levels are automated. So that's why we say, hey, check out these charts, get it for free, because these levels will change the way you trade, and you don't have to sit there and say, okay, yeah, is this level or is that a level? No, it's done for you automatically, right? You would simply have to look for them relative to price action. That's all you would have to do here. Okay. Let's see. What else are we doing here? Oh, we got to take a look at AMC. Ah, yeah, look at this. This one's actually beautiful. Remember we talked about AMC being a tradable stock. No one likes me when I say that. Um, was there any way to spot the reverse on this buy call at 1010? I'll get to that in a second. AMC on the 1 minute gave you a traffic light. It came down to a level you could have secured the bag, right? And then it came right back up to the 48, never quite got right through. You then had RSI break below. You could re-enter because the traffic lights are still red, and then bring yourself down to the next level. Okay, this is wild. You go ahead and look at this here. If you are playing the upside of this, you're playing the upside, you have a traffic light here. Again, your risk is your 13 or a little past your 13. Again, you're playing Friday's expiration, so I doubt that even touching the 13 would mean much, right? As far as like a stop. You still have green traffic lights for the continuance, which brings you to a level. Now, if you go ahead and you simply play traffic light to traffic light, which I'm going to show you guys right here, if you got in on this candle, right, and then end up getting out on this candle here midway, that was a 3 cent move. That was a 3 cent move on the 1 minute, right? That is nowhere near a 10%. You see what I'm saying? And then you go ahead and you go look at this traffic light here. You enter on this, and now that's a 12 cent move. The point is, guys, you could go ahead and make an absolute killing with this system if you simply manage your risk and you know exactly where you are going to exit. Remember, the focus is on not losing money. When you focus on not losing money, the opposite is true. That is what we're trying to get you guys to, just really, really absorb, because the money comes. It gets to a point where you're not even impressed. The money comes. What's impressive, what's really, really impressive, is cutting your losses. I want you guys to be more impressed with you saying, yeah, I saw the risk. I got out, and I was only down 3% when I got out. And then I got in on the next traffic light that gave me 10. Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense. Every other trader out there, every other system out there is selling like massive gains, right? We're selling how to lose methodically so that you're always set up for the big gains, right? Uh, wow, here we go. Ape Father. Wow. I hope you're being sarcastic there, man. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Okay. So this live stream, again, is just a little different from, the energy that I normally bring. I just wanted to really slow it down so that you guys can understand what the hell we're doing. Usually I'm flying by ticker and my brain is going a million miles an hour. I want to slow it down so that you guys can see what I see. All right. Uh, hey, Gabe, you do this private streams every day with paid membership? Yeah, I do. All right. I can see Ape Father. The traumas have blocked me. Let's see. Just getting on here today. Is there a timeline for an update on Trading View for mobile? Sorry if someone already asked. I have the update from Hot Potato. Hot Potato could go ahead and just drop that link in Market Talk, or someone go ahead and drop Hot Potato's link in Market Talk, and you could go ahead and update your chart that way. Okay. Tesla flickering a 5-minute traffic light. Let's go ahead and break this down, right? So Tesla here, right? Let's get into this. And Tesla on the 5-minute, it's flickering. So the flickering is not actionable. The close of the candle with the traffic light is actionable, right? Now, the reason why it's flickering is because if you look at it, you can see that price action is sort of kind of stuck between the 13 and the 48. You guys can see that right here, okay? So that's why it's flickering. You need a candle close, although we look at Tesla and we look at RSI, and everything is just saying like she's ready to go. She's ready to go down. You have a potential cross here on the MACD. There you go. Now, you got a traffic light here, but this candle has almost 5 minutes to close. Now, you could do a couple of things here. You can wait for the candle close, right? Or you could go ahead and enter and use the 13 as your risk. However, that is, as it stands right now, that's a dollar move. So it's really up to you, but you have to be very, very disciplined on what that risk is. As it stands right now, it broke the 48, which is good. That's what you want, right? Ideally, that is what you want. But we could go to the 1 minute, and I think the 1 minute helps us a little more. Do you guys see that there? The 1 minute definitely helps us here. Okay. Now, why does the 1 minute help us? The 1 minute is helping us here because we could see on the 1 minute that it's oversold. So while we're here on the 5 minute and scalping this trade, we could say, all right, you know what? I have to get out of this. Maybe this is not a profitable trade. Okay. Maybe it's not. Okay. Just by virtue of the 1 minute telling you like, hey, we're not quite there yet. You see that bounce there? You guys see that bounce off the RSI? You're using the 5 minute to get a little more. You're using the 1 minute to get a little more insight as to what's happening inside this 5 minute candle. Okay. So that's essentially what we're doing here. My view does not have levels. Go ahead and download the chart, please. Download the chart directly from platform. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at something else. What else are we looking at here? Since I've been using the traffic lights, I've been consistently green. Game changer. I mean, we're not selling you snake oil here. And actually, let me get on the right camera. We're not selling you snake oil. We're selling you a system that actually works, that if you just buy into it and you focus on not losing money, you are absolutely going to make money. All right. Let's see. Ryan Marshall says, everything is just falling. No chasing. Missed a big drop. Still up 1%, and you're 2 for 2. 1%, that is all you need. For those in the back who are just like wondering, like 1%, that's not really impressive. Well, we go ahead and we lay it all out for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. We go to the compound calculator, right? And I like to say, 10,000. 10,000 compounded 1%, your goal is 100,000, right? You do that in a year, just 1% compounded daily. Okay. That's it, right? If you have a $25,000 account, go ahead, recalculate, and you do that in 140 trading days. Okay. And the thing is we break down the schedule. We show you what you have to earn each and every day. Okay. And it humbles you. It keeps you from being greedy. Right. Now, if you want to do 1,000 to 10,000, you could absolutely do that as well. 1,000 to 10,000, and you calculate. That would take you a year. But see, here's the thing. And this is what a lot of people don't realize, okay? If you want to get out of debt, this is a great strategy. If you have a credit card that has a 24% APR, well, this strategy returned you 905%. wipe out that credit card, right? Pretty dope. It's all about percentages. SPY puts 30% today. Feels so good. Love it, right? Posting my affiliate link to Weeble. Just gained a follower from it. AR, he's spamming. He's spamming. Oh my God. That's actually a pretty creative way to get a Trade 1348 out there, right? You're on Stock Twitch, you're on Weeble, you're on Reddit. You know, go ahead and make your program free, right? I believe it's believe it's up to 30%, right? There you go, the AR guy. He's pimping his link everywhere. Love to see it. Okay, so let's get back to the charts here, right? Let's take a look at what Invictus is doing. So we got the Microsoft play that crossed. We have these plays here that I'm just not really making sense of with AMD. It just seems like maybe there was a hiccup in the matrix here, so I'm pretty sure Algo and Andy are on it. Headed to work, but we'll jump on this so I can quit my job. Absolutely. I'm going to start writing my affiliate link on the bathroom walls. Taco Lori, you would. Taco, but I have a question. The ladies' room or men's room? Gotcha. All right. Love you, lady. Okay. So SPY reversal coming on the 1 minute. Let's go ahead and look at this, right? On the 1 minute, you know. So reversal incoming on the 1 minute. You know what? I'd wait for the candle close. I'd wait for the candle close. Okay? Wait for the candle close because then look at, you get another traffic light, right? We're waiting for candle closes even on the 1 minute. Does it look like it's going to cross up? Well, we have RSI above 50. The moving average is in fact trending up on the 1 minute. And you do have the MACD cross here, and you're printing green on a histogram, right? And then your weak bearish here is a weak bearish momentum that you're seeing here with the ADX, right? So you want to wait on candle close. Now, why are we waiting on candle close? Well, there's a couple of things that we're looking at here. You wait on candle close, but you also want to see a candle break the 48. This is really, really important, all right? Very, very important. Because if not, you know what we have, right? This area right here, right? We could draw it out for you. This area right here could very well become this area right here, an EMA sandwich, okay? So you want to see the break, and there you go. You did not get the break. This is the importance of, again, being patient, waiting on candle close, and there you go, the shark, okay? There you go. I mean, guys, it's not very, very complicated. It is not very complicated at all. You know, you can make a lot of money doing this, right? That 48 break is a cheat code. It absolutely is, right? I'm trying to make sure you guys understand this and learn this, right? You know, and you know what? I want to apologize. I need to apologize, right? You know, over a year we've evolved, you know, and so you guys get on the live stream and we want to make sure that we're able to showcase the power of 1348. So, you know, it's rapid fire, right? But here we are. You know, if you guys find that these type of streams are more helpful than me just going wild or going way too fast, you just let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the comments there. But I really want to fall back and I'm not the best teacher, but I think I owe that to you guys and becoming a better teacher because again, my mind is just going rapid fire. Okay. So again, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Let me know. Okay. All right. So going back to the charts here, right? I want to see those thumbs up. I want to see the likes. We go back to the chart here, and you could see the beauty of not chasing and the beauty to, again, waiting for that candle close. Okay. We go to the 5 minute here. And again, it's using the 1 minute to give you information on the 5 and then using the 5 to give you information on the 1. So if you were anticipating a reversal on the 1 minute, you still had the 5 minute that was giving you information. And you're like, nah, it's not ready. It's not ready, right? All that happened here, and you can look at the 5, is that he had a candle come back to the 13, of which got rejected. Okay. You guys can gather so much information from the 1 and the 5. These time frames, you guys are absolutely going to kill it. Okay. Now, confession time. Confession time. Right. I talked with STV. I'm getting those ankles. Right. But what I want to do is in the challenge, I want to do this for a whole year. And the reason why I want to do it for a whole year is because I made too much too fast. I'm going to be absolutely candid with you guys. I made too much way too fast. This was a walk in the park for me. I've been doing the traffic lights for 6 months, 7 months before I even brought it public to you guys. So I've mastered it in such a way where it's so intuitive for me. And it doesn't even look realistic, right? It really doesn't look realistic. So I'm just going to do it for the year. But for those who are wondering where my port is at right now, as of this morning, I think I'm going to take a break for a couple of days. But as of this morning, my port's at $76,000. Yeah. I mean, that is I mean, I can't say that is typical results, right? Not typical results of the system. So I have to go ahead and really take I really have to take that step back and make sure that I'm teaching it out because I'm going to be honest, I feel like I did a really poor job in teaching it out. Okay. So here we are. Again, here we are. These streams are going to be exactly this. Okay. I want to teach it out because the more people can believe in this, the more lives are going to change. And I'm not here to prove, that I have a big dick or that I make a lot of money because it's already been proven. What I need to prove is that you guys can make a lot of money. Right? That's it. I need to be able to prove that you guys can make a lot of money. That's it. I think that is the fallacy of many traders, and that's the fallacy of the follow me trade setup, is that the trader is saying, I'm such a good trader, follow me, right? It says nothing about you. And I want you guys to make it all about you, right? Let's go ahead and look at AMD. Here we go. Looking at the chart. Again, this is about you. Look at this chart here, right? Look at this chart here. It's about you. We talk about the system even on the 5 minute. If you decided to get away from the chart, okay? If you decided to get away from the traffic light here as it printed, your 48 is your risk. You saw the 200 there. That is where you are taking all your gains. Okay? Then you come right back up to the 48, you get stopped out. Right? Again, we're respecting the rules here. But even if you do get stopped out, you're going to lose some money here. Only to get another put signal to come on down. And this is on the 5 minute. Okay? If you use the 48 here as your risk, you're fucking golden. Okay? Now we look at it on the 1 minute with AMD. And we get a little more of the same. You get a traffic light. And the 13 becomes your risk now. You enter somewhere on this candle and the break of 13 becomes your risk. It's really that easy. You get a traffic light here saying, come on up. The 13 acts as your risk. close your position, right? You jump on here, and the 13 acts as your risk. If you get any part of the candle body breaching the 13 on the candle close, you exit your position. But you get to write it down, and you have RSI right here. RSI is guiding you here. So if there was any debate on whether this move would continue, at least on a 1 minute, you have RSI presenting an argument and saying, no, don't be greedy here. And if we go ahead and we measure it out from this candle to the bottom of this wick here, that is a 63-cent move. If you're playing options, whoa, you made some money. Right? Chris, did I risk more than 10%? To be honest, in some situations, I absolutely did. In other situations, I was scaling in. It was a constant scale in. So it was a quarter, right? Scaled in, take my wins. We had a continuance. It was a quarter. And these are things that we're going to teach you on the master class, right? Is while you're in the trend, secure the bag and then play the continuance. We're going to show you guys how to do that in the master class. Me and STV are very, very, very excited to teach that out to you. Okay, so here you go. AMD. There was no reason on this chart, especially on a 1 minute, for you to think that you should not secure the bag, because the RSI was literally telling you. And if you didn't believe it, then boom, ADX right here by this candle. The MACD printing light pink here by this candle gave you all the information you need. You still didn't believe it? Well, then you see price action getting closer to the 13. You need to respect the chart. Okay. Now we go ahead and look at AMD on a 5 minute. Again, more of the same. The rules don't change. The rules don't change. If we go ahead and we measure the move here, from here to here, that is a $1.20 move. A $1.20 move. Now, there's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. If you're going to play, right? If you're going to play under 1 minute, until you get comfortable with options, play with shares. Now, if you don't have $25,000 in your account, okay, you got PDT, and you have to wait, the T+3 settlement, which, forces you to build good habits, right? Because you don't want to go ahead and blow your load on a small port. So what are you doing? You 0.25% in, and you play the bull side of the trend. One side up. Just play the bull side of that trend. No options for you, okay? With a super tight stop, you're losing pennies on a bad trade. Fucking pennies. Excuse my language, okay? But your risk becomes null almost, okay? So allow yourself the graduation. Allow yourself to go curriculum, chart, studying the chart, paper trading, then paper trading options, cash account, shares only to the upside, understand the system, build familiarity, buy in, then go ahead and play options when you understand that as well. Okay? Does that make sense? I really hope this makes sense. I really want a thumbs up for confirmation if this in fact makes sense, because again, I'm really trying to help as many people as possible, right? 1348 is the real movement here. It's not AMC. It's not BBBY. It's not BBIG. It's not Trey. It's not Matt. It's not Lou. It's not Top G. It's none of those guys there. It's 1348. It's you guys. You guys are the real movement. All right? Just take pride in the power that you guys have, underneath your thumb when you're taking these trades. Do you guys realize how much power you have? Right? When I got into this game and I started trading years ago, I knew the potential, but I didn't start really getting good until I started managing my risk. And that's what Trade 1348 is all about, managing the risk. If you do that very well, I promise you, you will become very, very, very rich. And also, you'll prevent STV from developing an ulcer and maybe having a heart attack in his 20s because it pisses him off and it pisses me off. We talk about it every day. Like, what are we doing here? And so that falls on me, and that's my bad, right? Each and every day, I'm going to grind this and this message in to you guys each and every day, right? The market ain't going nowhere. Opportunity exists all day, every day. And again, with a platform like this, Trade 1348, you got opportunities galore. Look at let's go ahead and look at Netflix. That happened at 11 o'clock. Let's see how that panned out, right? 11 o'clock, we had the cross here on the 3-minute. So we get the 3-minute alert. Okay. Let's look at this here. The 3-minute alert here. We wait for it to execute on a 5. So we go to the 5. Or you could go ahead and play the traffic light and use the traffic light to guide you into the cross. Okay. That's it. Now, in this play, very easily, you're able to see that you got a traffic light and your risk is a candle body break, candle body, not a wick, a candle body, candle close break above the 48. That is your risk. It did not happen. Red traffic lights guided you every candle down. Let's go ahead and look at how much money was made here. From here to here, that is a $3 move. This is the kind of move that allows you to simply make your 1% and go plant some cucumbers in your garden, right? Anyways, I've given you guys more than you deserve. This was my hour commitment. I'm coming in at 12:30, and we'll have some fun. We'll take some call-ins. But if you guys want to see more streams like this in this format where it's a little slower and we go ahead and, just go over the strategy until it becomes cult-like. It's very weird that I say that, right? Cult-like, right? We want you guys to adopt the strategy and make it so second nature and believe in it so much that you become a bigger force than the AMC movement. You know why? Because there will always be more traders than there are AMC apes. Let's revolutionize the games, guys. I can't even say it right. Let's revolutionize the game. Okay? I'm signing out. Peace.